So what do you do when your YouTube channel is pretty much just flatlined, you're not growing anymore, and no matter what you try, no matter what you do, you cannot revive it and get it growing again? Well, today I'm going to give you guys some tips and some thoughts on how to do just that. That's coming up. Hey guys, my name is Tim Schmoyer and it is Thursday, which means it's time to do some YouTube Q&A with you guys. American Clue wrote and asked this. Hi Tim, my channel has been at a stage for a very long time, and personally, I feel like I've been doing mostly everything. I use annotations correctly for videos, putting links and good descriptions, have good quality and quantity, good channel art, sections and playlists for videos, upload consistently, and so much more. But I used to have a lot of other videos that had so many more views than my other ones. I will be working on social media a lot more later and maybe try for collabs, but I've been stuck at 106 subs for a long time. So I was wondering if you could just review my channel and tell me what I should do. Thanks. This is actually a pretty common thing that I find when I'm working with different clients and YouTube creators here, is just kind of this flat line that's happened. They used to maybe be growing and then now they're not, or maybe they just never were. What's going on? Well, there's commonly two things that I run into the most. And the first thing that you should check if you are in this position is your attitude behind the content that you are creating. If viewers feel like your focus is ultimately on using YouTube and using them to achieve your own personal goals, like no one really wants to be a part of that. Actually, even just like a couple weeks ago, my wife told me in passing that she unsubscribed to a channel that she used to watch because she just started feeling like these people weren't really interested in contributing to the YouTube community that's surrounding their channel. Instead, they were more interested in just trying to use the YouTube community to get something like a benefit out of it for them. Another thing that I think a creator in this position to think about is don't just keep repeating the same content, the same approach, the same style, the same thing over and over and over again if it's already proven that it's not working. And especially if your channel is small, you actually have the freedom to really experiment and try new things because you really have nothing to lose. If you're like a big, large channel, like probably your content's kind of locked in and people subscribe for a certain style, certain attitude, a certain approach, a certain content, and for you to switch it at that point would be really, really, really hard. So use the time while you're small to really experiment and try a lot of different things, see what works, what doesn't work. A lot of creators who are also in this position start thinking like, well, my content's awesome, my channel's awesome, all I need is exposure, and they think that like exposure becomes the problem more so than the actual content itself, and that is very rarely the case. I mean, I have seen many people go through this, and I can tell you that putting promotion on top of something that's not already working doesn't make that thing automatically somehow magically start working. Sure, you could run like a lot of TrueView ads, you can run a lot of campaigns, you can do a lot of like collabs and things like that, and that will give you like little bursts of views, but it's not sustainable. You'll see like your traffic will go up, and then when you stop paying, it'll go right back down to where it was. But if you start promoting content that's already naturally, organically on its own, growing and performing well, then your promotion will be totally worth it. I actually asked out on my social media accounts earlier today on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. I asked some of the people who follow video creators to give you some advice, and they give some really good tips, which I'm going to share with you in a second. But first, let me address the part of your question about whether or not I can check out your channel for you. And the short answer is yes, I can. If that's something that you are interested in, there's a link in the description text below, and you and I can get together and talk one-on-one about your channel. But a lot of creators are actually finding my digital workbook, 30 Days to a Better YouTube Channel, to actually be just what they need to find the weak areas of their channel that are making it difficult for their content to gain traction, making it really hard for new viewers to really want to subscribe. In fact, the book also comes with a private Google Plus community that creators are using to kind of get feedback, get suggestions, bounce ideas. And one creator posted this screenshot of her audience retention score showing that, hey, Tim, your book actually helped my audience retention go from 40% to 67%. And that was just by switching up a couple really simple things in her content that she learned through the book. So I really do think that those of you who are in this kind of situation with your channel, this book can really help you. And even those of you who feel like you're growing pretty well, but you kind of want to throw fuel on the fire to get that growth going even better and bigger. I don't know what kind of adjectives I'm looking for there, but overall, most creators who have used it just found that it saves them a ton of time and energy in trying to like figure it all out for themselves. Boom, it's just all right there in one resource. So go check it out. The link is below, or you can click right there to go check it out as well. You can download the first 3 days of the book for free, and honestly, most creators just find that that is totally sufficient just to help them get on the right track, and that alone really fixes a lot of the issues that they were having. So some tips and ideas from other people. Here's one from Cheryl. Look back at your previous content and what your audience liked. Watch other growing channels and learn from them. Two very important things. What has your audience already indicated that they will respond positively to in the past, and how can you repeat that going forward in content that you're going to create? And then also, yeah, watch other people, learn from them. What works? What do you like about it? What don't you like? How can you take something that this creator did and make it unique and kind of take ownership of it for yourself on your channel? Marcus also said, explore new styles of video, new places to share what you do, and most of all, look back at what you did good in the past. Another great reinforcement for that, but I also think, like we kind of already said, like, mix it up, try some new things, and see how that works. And all of you guys who are watching this, I'm positive that a lot of you guys have some really good advice because you've either been in it and you kind of come through it, or you've seen someone else go through it and you've got some great advice. So please leave that below as a comment. And the rest of you guys who are currently experiencing this, please go down there, read those comments that people are leaving. Always really good, helpful, very valuable information and things down there that this video creators community is sharing. Make sure you subscribe and stick around, because on Tuesday we look at some online video news, talk about the updates that are happening to this platform called YouTube and the industry in general, and what it means for us as creators. And then on Wednesdays, I give you guys some YouTube tips, ideas, suggestions, advice, all of that, because I really believe that a lot of you guys have messages that could really change the world and help influence people's lives. If those people who need to hear what you have to say could just find you and hear what you have to say. So thank you for letting me be a part of helping you guys build your channels, growing your audiences here on YouTube. Subscribe, and I will see you guys again next week. Bye.